Welcome to MME Can't Sleep Live. There's one viewer. Hopefully there'll be more joining me. I'm testing the setup. I do have a new monitor on my computer that you're not going to be able to see. And I have my camera, which I'm looking at right now on a mount, which is going to be awesome, with a USB extender cable. So it actually reaches my PC. I have my earphones directly plugged into my mic. And I have a new monitor that I got from work that actually has a webcam in it. But I couldn't get StreamYard to recognize both of them. Let me see the chat. Hey, Enosh. Hey, man. I would send you a link to join me, but I'm not on my new computer upstairs. I don't have Twitter, and I don't have a lot of the programs on my downstairs computer yet. I have to transfer all my passwords. But I would send you the link to pop in to talk. Let me see if I could. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go downstairs and send you the link on Twitter so you can pop in and say hi for a little bit, because we're going to have some fun. We're just going to just talk. Oh, you're in bed and flying. No excuse, Enosh. We miss you. I need to get you on. I might have a oh shoot. Gotta be careful with my earphones. I might have an event where around my area where we might have some bands in a movie. I'm going to try to plan an event, and I would love you to come. I know maybe it'd be difficult for your whole band to come, but maybe you and Shayna could come, and you could just play some songs on your guitar or something, and then we watch a movie. I would love to get all these great people together. It would really be cool. It's weird watching. Well, I look like crap right now because my face is still swollen. I had 2 root canals on Thursday, and I was not expecting that. I went in for regular cleaning. I knew there was some problem there, but I thought it was just going to be a regular cavity. But they're like, no, it's a root canal. We got to take care of it now. And I was there for 5 hours because they did one root canal. They worked on someone else in between. They came back, and then they gave me temporary caps. So I'm in pain right now. I was doing good, but today it started hurting. And then I got to be up a little bit longer before I take some more ibuprofen and get to sleep. And honestly, it's not like excruciating, but I couldn't sleep right now with the constant pain right here. Hello, Jade. Nice to see you. Isaac, the biggest movie fan. That's awesome, Isaac. Yes, I'm doing okay. I visited family today. Well, last night I slept on a couch at my aunt's house, and my cousin, who's like 16. It's weird. It's like he's my nephew, but he's actually my cousin, because my one aunt is really younger than my mother, and my other aunt and my uncle that passed. 3 sisters and 1 brother. The brother passed. We still miss him. It was a shocking passing. That's why everybody should try to take care of yourselves, including myself. So I went over there, and we had some fun with my cousin. He enjoys picking up retro stuff, so I've been hooking up. He says he wants one of my original Xbox. The original Xbox. I have one around, and he said he wants it. Well, there's always we're always going to be around, Enosh. And I wish you saw me. I need to shave. I need a haircut, and I'm swollen. My face is swollen from the surgery, but we got to reconnect. We got to visit each other soon. Logan Paul won the WWE US Championship. Do people actually like Logan Paul now? I don't know. I heard he's actually pretty good, but I have a bad taste in my mouth of can you hear me better? Should I do this? Tell me if the mic's too close. I have a bad taste in my mouth of Logan Paul from his YouTube shenanigans, and that kind of YouTubing drives me crazy. And unfortunately, it's extremely popular. It's like the worst piece of human garbage you are, the more you succeed on this platform because you get attention. He's a good wrestler, but an awful human. I agree. I could co-op that. I could co-op that. And I know there's a mess behind me. Hey, Enosh, do you still have cassette tapes? Because I've been collecting VHS, as you can see. And I've also been collecting cassette tapes. I have to slow down, though, because I've been collecting too much. I even got this sealed. I'm planning on popping these open someday, these ones. But I was just wondering if you have any left. I also, before I stopped buying stuff, I did get this on eBay, and I gotta keep sipping some water. To help with the swelling. Nice cold water. I also picked this up. Let me see. Used to have a ton of cassettes, and I gave them all to Landon, and then they all disappeared. Oh well. Oh well. I think you should start collecting again. You know, just some rare, just not rare stuff. Just some stuff that gives you that nostalgia vibes, where you're like, oh, this is a band I listened to on cassette. I haven't had all successes. I actually had to return 2 of these. I have my childhood Walkman. And you know the Walkman in Guardians of the Galaxy? Those are extremely expensive and very hard to repair. I actually recommend getting a later model Walkman. But there's these Panasonics. This is the sports edition. I had 2 before this that had issues, and I returned them on eBay. They accepted the return. And then this is the cheapest one for $13.44, and then $8 shipping. And this, the sound is great. It works really good. And then what I have out of it is something I bought for like $12 on Amazon, where I can record my cassettes to my computer. And right before I started the stream, I tested that. So I tested it, and I can record any tape I own now, make an MP3 out of it, slap it on a USB, and play it in my car. Yeah, I do think there's a good. I think the sound quality is actually pretty decent. The only thing that sounds bad on cassette is the sound of silence before the song plays, because that could sound a little rough. There's a whole group of people like those who enjoy vinyl. I love vinyl, but vinyl isn't very compact. I actually saw that they made a boom box, like those huge ghetto blaster boom boxes that played vinyl records. It's a rare item. It's probably extremely expensive, and it breaks all the time. But they actually made that thing. Like, someone actually thought of doing that and making it back in the day. It exists, but it's extremely problematic device. I would never try to track one down. I would never try to use it without, like, being in a room. But there's actually a vinyl record boombox that's like so ridiculous. But that's what's actually, cassettes are being brought back, Enosh, and Jade, and who else is here? Isaac, the biggest movie fan. They have actually are making a huge resurgence. Not VHS tapes, even though I like VHS tapes, but cassette tapes. Bands are actively releasing new cassettes. And it's one of the 2 most popular people that are pushing cassette tapes are the resurgence of the Walkman and with Guardians of the Galaxy and James Gunn and Chris Pratt. And I look at this. Look at this, Enosh. This is a sealed Guardians of the Galaxy 3 cassette tape with the whole soundtrack on it. You could get this on Amazon for under $20. And then Taylor Swift is also really pushing cassettes, and she is very influential. So they're making a comeback, and it's exciting, and people are getting into like Walkmans. The thing is, not a lot of new manufacturers are making good Walkmans, so I'd recommend finding an old one, but you might have to go through a few before you find a working one. Those ones, the first Walkman from the 80s are extremely cool. They're extremely cool, but they're like $400, and then if they break, they used to give, I watched videos on it, they used to give you instructions how to take out these little screws and put it back together. I would F that up. I would rather get a Walkman that's like $20, and if it breaks, find another one. Sony should just reproduce a new Walkman in the style of the old one that works. Let me see. Strange Marvel Theories. Woo! Almost a year as a member. Let's go. Thank you, Dr. Strange. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Here's the device that I bought off Amazon. USB audio capture for records. I have a record player too, so I could play my records or my cassette tapes and capture to MP3 and then throw it on a USB, you know? And there's a free program, I forget what it's called, Audacity. The next thing I want to do is, since I have a lot of VHS tapes, I'm going to there's another device that gets video too, and I'm going to put this on, maybe I'll put them on a hard drive for my mother, you know, because TVs, you have a USB stick it right in there. I don't want to archive everything, but it's a cool option. I don't want to get too political on here, but I do have the main story as Joe Biden. Hold on a second. I got to get used to. I also need a haircut. I have a haircut. Let me see. New bid. I have a haircut because I'm selling on eBay too. I have a haircut scheduled for me and my wife early December. It's just that my hair is going to get crazy, although I should have shaved except for my goatee. Okay, let's talk about Joe Biden. Yeah. What does Joe Biden have to do with movie talk? Well, hold on. Now I can't find the article. Hold on a second. Where is it? Joe Blow. You know what? Joe Biden, Mission Impossible. Lots of other stuff would pop up first in this search. Here's Variety. Here's Variety. Today is Bonfire Day in England. What is Joe Biden doing? I don't want to get the politics of the real world atrocities going on. Let's lighten it up with what Joe Biden's thinking about AI. Everyone's concerned about AI. And you know what got Joe Biden concerned about AI? Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning does have a strong focus on AI. And I think it's one of the I love the Mission Impossible series, but I have to say this new Mission Impossible movie was an extreme letdown, and I've seen much better movies about AI. Sorry. It was cheesy to me in this one. It took me out of the movie. And although AI is a real threat, the way it was portrayed in this movie, I did not think it was a success. But I mean, it still does raise concerns. Let me see what the article says. President Joe Biden signed an executive order on Monday establishing new standards and security measures regarding artificial intelligence. Deputy White House Chief of Staff Bruce Reed told Associated Press via Time that AI is an issue of great importance to the president, who was impressed and alarmed after seeing fake AI images. Okay, well, there's lots of AI images of him. Yeah, he was okay with the dark brain and stuff, but not now. Okay, and learning that the terrifying technology of voice cloning, according to Reed, Biden's concerns about AI also grew after watching Mission Impossible. Now, I have to say, I picked this article to cover because I thought it was hilarious that that raised his alarm was Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. But I have to say, after I read the first part of that, being a political figure in this world and AI and voice cloning is very concerning, because it's already been used for nefarious reasons, and it could start a conflict. And by the time you verify the authenticity of the video, it may be too late. And the world is on a hair trigger. Not to get too political again, but yes, that is what you should be concerned with. Even though it's funny that Dead Reckoning had really took him over the edge with AI. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. If he hadn't already been concerned about what could go wrong with AI before that movie, he saw plenty more to worry about with Dead Reckoning. Who watched the film with Biden at Camp David. According to AP, Biden was profoundly curious about the technology in the months of meetings that led up to the drafting order. He met with scientists who explained the potential upside of AI as well as the dangers. Okay, well, I think he should be concerned. Hey, Sweet and Tender Hole again. I was wearing this. It's in heavy rotation now, and I was noticed at my local Goodwill with it. Anthony, you mean the second movie? Because I don't like the second one. Fourth favorite film this year? Awesome. Listen, if you found something that you liked, don't let anyone change your opinion. And I'm not saying I would change your opinion. I'm just saying don't let anyone impact your opinion on entertainment. If you love something, hold on to it and don't let anyone tell you different. Really. The best is 3. I like 3. 3 was a turning point for the series. J.J. Abrams saved Mission Impossible. If it wasn't for him. Yeah, Sweet and Tender, I couldn't make it because I'm setting up my new office / streaming room, and I'm still recovering from oral surgery with my root canals. So do you collect cassette tapes, Sweet and Tender? Do you collect more? You know what? Morrissey cassette tapes still demand a very high price on eBay across the board. I respect Morrissey a lot and the Smiths. I never really got into Morrissey and the Smiths, though. And if you are looking for, I know you like Morrissey. I don't even know if that was you on your channel post that you met Morrissey or not. You might have just picked a random dude. Let me see. Sweet and Tender Hooligans trying to get me to talk about the Amico. Did you realize the H Bomber guy admitted the cult aspect of the Lady Gaga, Miko saga, because of political difference he had with Tony TGD? He only included you in his 8 million view video. I understand that. I also think it's because he included people that were on camera. But I do believe when me and Tony talked more often, we're in communication now. We're friendly. But when we talked all the time, he did say that H Bomberman had some, wasn't really a fan of his politics, so didn't want to give him any credit. And actually, today, my cousin, I showed them the whole documentary, H Bomber Guy, and he actually said H Bomber Guy is a hypocrite. Even though it was a really great video, he didn't source all the info for his video, only certain things, like the ladies that are composers for Capcom at the end, whereas someone else did the video. But there's a lot of stuff in that video that the groundwork was done by other creators in reactions, and none of that is sourced, none of that credit's given anywhere except for the actual reaction of the video. And I told my cousin, I'm like, well, I react to videos too. Yeah, but he said, but H Bomber Guy's calling it out. And then he's not giving credit to all those YouTubers he took clips to. I was like, you're not wrong. There's a lot of hypocrisy on YouTube, including myself. But when I do a video reaction, I at least put the channel name. I try to put the channel name in the video in the description, unless it's on the fly. I can't watch a 4-hour video on that. I lived it. I can't watch a 4. H Bomber Guy is still more entertaining to me than Slopes. I'm sorry. Slopes is a little dry. I like the editing style of H Bomber Guy better. Yeah, that's what happened. That's why it hurts so bad. I know it. No, I haven't. I mean, what do I don't need to watch every documentary on it. I've lived it. I actually, I was thinking of bringing well, first off, I need to see, I'm losing viewers, Sweet and Tender, because we're talking about it. You're in the chat and we're talking about it, and people don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They want me to get up on the movie topics. But I want to maybe do a video where I go try to sell my physical editions and my knob from an Amiga controller gifted to me by Tommy Talrico and see what I could get for it. I'll tell you, if I'm going to be honest with you, Sweet Tender, I don't cancel people or anything, okay? I'm not a fan of the type of humor you were throwing around. Not to ostracize you or anything that you're throwing around your live stream, and I'm probably not going to hop in if it's that type of humor. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to cancel anyone either. Oh, he did? Wait a second. Is this who I think it is? Is this my cousin? What are you doing up? You need to get to sleep. Uh-oh, I'm calling your mother. He did give me credit? Okay. I didn't pay attention to that. I can't get to sleep yet. Oh, Zeno. Zeno has done more for me. It caused me equal problems for me. No. You've done more for me than a television. Zeno actually, while I was working, I got a Microsoft notification that Zeno gifted me Astro Smash on Xbox. I just haven't turned it on because I feel like crap right now. And I just got home and I'm testing out my equipment in my room. And yes, I know I need a haircut, Zeno, and I need a shave. I'm not going to shave this facial hair. I'm going to shave here. Please, if you're getting here, please, if you just got here, please thumbs up the video. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, I could do a Twitch video on it, and then I'll upload it to my YouTube channel on playing Astro Smash. But I might turn down the Tommy Tallarico music if it's still in there. Yeah, I'm a mess. Yeah, can you hear me? I can't take my next pills yet. We got an extra hour sleep, though. How do you like my new setup? You want to look at my cassette tapes? I'll show you my cassette tapes. Ooh. I think I showed them before. Zeno the Great. That's not what everyone calls him. Beck, Sea Change. One of my favorite albums of all time. I love Beck. I've been getting into Beck lately. This is actually extremely rare, and I paid way too much for it, and I got to stop paying as much for cassettes. I'm not even going to tell you what I paid for this. I've been selling stuff on eBay, but there's just I shouldn't have done it. This is still sealed. The Shins, Wincing the Night Away. And this is pretty exciting. Gravity Kills, 90s industrial. And look at the cassette box. It looks like a cigarette box. Isn't that cool? And I got this for really cheap. Let me see. Shins, O Inverted World. They pretty much release all their albums on cassette now. Guardians of the Galaxy. Awesome Mix Volume 1 and 2. Again, thank you, James Gunn, for bringing back cassette tapes. I'm losing viewers. This I found for $1. Julian Lennon. I actually like. Wait a second. My setup is nice and cluttered. Well, the VCR behind me is not going to be there, and then the records are not going to be there. It's just going to be, whatever. You don't need to know, Strange. Don't ask Sweet and Tender, please. There's a rabbit hole. Schoolhouse Rocks. This is like in the 90s when like Blind Melon and Better Than Ezra, some other bands did some Schoolhouse Rock songs on cassette. Tripping Daisy. I love this band. I also saw the Polyphonic Spree in concert. Can't get this back in the. I can't get this back in the. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 soundtrack, which I've listened to already. It's okay. I'm more looking forward to the first two. Look at this. Original Batman soundtrack. Gravity Kills. I got it for like $6 or $7 on Amazon. I never really listen. I always appreciated them back in the day, but I never really listened to them that much. Keep those tapes away from your Taylor Swift magnet collection. I don't have Taylor Swift magnet collection. I'm not going to I'm not planning on, I'm planning to keep them safe too. I will also buy the Galaxy tapes from you. You don't need to. They're on Amazon. And I got to get back to movie topics because people are leaving. People don't want to hear about my cassette tapes. All right. I'll only show 7 more. Okay? I got these for cheap. I'm not like a huge Lenny Kravitz fan, but I thought I'd get these, to listen to occasionally. I'm not planning on getting any more Lenny Kravitz though, because it's not exactly. Here's a Beck album I haven't even listened to yet. I forget what it's called. It's a newer one, and it's a red cassette. Muse, Simulation Theory, sorry. Really good album on cassette. I can't wait to listen to that. Here's one of my favorites. Found it for $4 about a few weeks ago. I've been talking about this, the Beach Boys Greatest Hits. This is one of I confirmed with my mother. My mother said, I bought that for you when you were a kid. This exact cassette, Greatest Hits. I love listening to the Beach Boys. Although I've never really listened to their albums all the way through. It's always been Greatest Hits. Clyphus. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. I don't know. Simulation Theory is probably my favorite Muse album. Awesome. Clyphus? I think that's how you say it. I used to like KMFDM. I know of them. I've never really got into them. I should give them a chance, Strange. I should really give them a chance. I've never really listened to them. Here's a band that I kind of only like in retrospect. Like during when they were out, they used to drive me nuts because they were on the radio so much. But I think that they're fun listen to on cassette is Everclear. And that's all I'll show. Then we'll get to some, hopefully some movie topics. I have more cassettes in there, but people are getting bored. I want to hear about anything you want to talk about, Max. I enjoy hanging out with you. Thank you, Strange. I do like to talk about I like to talk about video games, movies, TV, entertainment, but I'll be real, I like to keep viewers too. But I appreciate you're here for anything. I really do. I kind of wanted to see what else is happening in movie talk. And I don't know what's going on. Oh, I wanted to talk about let me bring this up because my cousin actually sent me an update on the SAG strike. All right. All right, here. That's something we could talk about. All right, let's bring up this. Let's bring up the SAG strike. This is according to everyone's favorite news source, CNN. Joking, of course. I've been, I've been watching more and more YouTube content creators to get my news than mainstream media on either side. But I watch mainstream media too. I watch Fox News, CNN. I watch it all to get all different points of view. So striking actors are reviewing Hollywood TV studios' best and final offer. And my cousin sent me a link that says from SAG itself, don't believe anything you've heard. We are reviewing, but don't jump the gun on any news. Please respect the process that they're going to consult with the committee of SAG, I guess, to see. Now, this worked for the studios before with the writers. They said, if you don't do it now, they're basically playing chicken. They're playing chicken with the actors, like who's gonna drive this off the cliff? We're not gonna come back again till the next year if you don't do this now. So I kind of think, honestly, that the actors might say it's not good enough. I kind of think so. You'll see in the other result of this. I personally, you could say whatever you want in the comments. I know there's people that don't feel bad for actors. I do. I treat it like any other employment. Okay. But I will tell you, even if they get what they are asking for, you're going to see more and more background actors or not main role actors being replaced by CG and then AI voices. I just see it happening. They could basically have one of the people working on the visual effects put their voice in and use the AI with that. It really, unfortunately, could be anyone's voice, and you feed the lines through the AI system. So I do feel like these people are going to be replaced, even if they get what they want. I think the studios already have an alternate plan. It's only a matter of time. They're going to be replaced by well, I don't want people replaced by CGI because I think it looks cheap to begin with. But if they are going to do it, I hope it looks better. But they're going to get replaced with their voices. They are. They just need to. Well, Anthony, that's what you say now, Anthony. But I'm telling you, I see it's easy to do is put a CGI background character and then use Chat GPT to voice that cheap looking CGI background character. And I honestly think that you're only going to get the main actors that are, to sell this, and they're going to see less and less side character actors get work. I really think this is going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but I think that's going to be the case. You're going to see the people getting the big paydays still get the big paydays and say, like, oh, look, well, I know some of my family's not a huge fan of Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt, whether you like him or not, he's got Super Mario, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Jurassic World. All huge box office. So I think they're going to pay him, And then other characters, they're going to be like, well, does this need to be a person? Or can this be a CGI ChatGPT amalgamation? And I think the studios, more likely than not, are going to just go with, the Frankenstein of bad CGI background character in ChatGPT. I think that's what they're going to do. Beowulf was pretty decent CGI. Actually, I don't think they make CGI. The majority of CGI just gone down the crapper. Let's roast Kathy Kennedy. She doesn't need to. South Park did it. South Park did. South Park blamed her for everything. I don't like this angle of me either, but oh well. So that's what I have to say about the update on the strike. I think, to wrap it up, I think SAG is going to say it's not good enough. And I think the studio's just going to call their bluff, and we're not going to get it back this year. I hope I'm wrong, though. I hope I'm wrong. For everyone's sake, I want my entertainment. Let me see what else is here. Let's talk about Nicolas Cage. Chris Pratt is a treasure? Cleifus, I'm sorry. I really am sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Cleifus? I don't know. Even if it's more expensive to get a license for AI, it'll inevitably be cheaper than paying background actors. Yeah, and they're only gonna, it's already happening basically that the top of Hollywood, the top actors and actresses get their money and they're like, okay, we'll pay you this, but then we're not going to hire you though. I see that happening. Chris Pratt is a treasure. Clypeus. Okay. Probably still did it wrong. Okay. Well, let's bring up Nicolas Cage. Did you play Astro Smash, Zeno? I was wondering. All right, I'm bring up the Nicolas Cage here. Do you like this format? Just me talking in my room? I'm not even sure how it's pronounced. Okay. Well, Nicolas Cage never wanted to be a meme. Loser. Some of us best remember, what's this live on stage? Nicolas Cage at dramatic turns like leaving Las Vegas and adaptation. For others, it's his eccentric behavior like buying dinosaur skulls or remembering his time in the womb. And then there's the group that sees Nicolas Cage and thinks nothing but seemingly endless memes. And yes, Cage is well aware of his fame within the meme kingdom. I liked it when he was actually saying that he was one of the first entertainment memes with him like getting angry and making that. I love that. He acknowledged his place in various memes by telling Guardian, I have been the first actor who went through a kind of memification. One person had cherry picked from all these. I don't think they had the cherry pick. I think there's a lot to pick from all these different movies where I was having meltdowns. but without any regard for the character that got that to that place. I was frustrated because I didn't know what people were taking from the movies other than that. Here, the actor is referring to Nicolas Cage losing his shirt video, which is a great video. I highly recommend it. The original version of which had over 9 million views. Regarding the fame with internet-driven memes, Nicolas Cage continued, I don't understand how to process what was happening. I got into acting because I was moved by film performances more than any other art form. I didn't get into movies to become a meme. That was new. I made friends with it, but it was an adjustment. I thought maybe they would compel someone to go back and look at the movies, but I had no control over it. I think that's funny. I like Nicolas Cage. I prefer old school Nicolas Cage, though. I do prefer old school Nicolas Cage. Clypus. You bought Astro Smash, but you haven't played it yet. I do want to play it. I actually, and honestly, I didn't get to play it at the Crayola event because everyone else was playing it, and then when the public was doing it, some friends of mine said, you know what, let the public play because they want to get reactions from the public. I'm like, okay. I never got to play Astro Smash, so this will be my first attempt. Cage over Pratt. I'd agree with that. Yeah, I like them both. I like Cage and Pratt, but I would definitely prefer Cage over Pratt. I think Cage has more range, more iconic roles. Definitely. Okay, Anthony says, these days I expect Cage movies to be either awful or decent. Yeah, not amazing. I think one of his best, more recent performances was Big Daddy and Kick-Ass. Was it Big Daddy? Or Big Daddy, that's from what is that? I can't remember. I think it's Big Daddy. I don't know. Or I'm thinking BioShock. I don't know. See what else is there anything else I'm missing? I'd like to go longer for you, but we need some entertainment topics. Five Nights at Freddy drops 80% in week 2. Oh wow, it doesn't have legs. That's pretty significant. Although, I mean, I guess for Halloween. Oh, we could talk about this. I might have to get Netflix again. I'll have to see. Let me bring this up. Okay, Sly. Arnold Schwarzenegger urges fans to watch Sly on Netflix. I want to see the Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary. I really do. Get this drug ad off of here. I don't want to see that. Okay. The Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone bromance is alive and well. This weekend sees the release of Netflix Stallone documentary, which is cool because there was the Arnold one. And I heard there were some clips of it that are really cool. Like, for example, the Arnold one, where he first got into the industry, they tried to make him do the BS roles first. And he already made his millions in real estate at the time. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do the BS roles and the, crap roles first. I want to be the star. And he, and the producer, he also didn't like bend the knee to the producers when they told him to do certain things. He's like, no, I want to do this. They didn't like him at first. And then he insulted one of these big name movie producers that made so many movies back in the day. And he actually did not want Arnold to be Conan, but the filmmaker did. So the filmmaker said, we're having him as Conan. And then the big wig executive that did not like Arnold personally because he insulted him. Well, first off, when Arnold went into the room, he's like, what does such a small man need such a big desk? Insulted him right off the bat, and he took that personally because he's kind of like a Napoleon complex Hollywood executive sitting behind a big desk with his feet up. And he just insults him and says, I'm not doing the shirt rolls. I'm gonna be the main star or nothing, you know? So they started filming Conan, and then the bigwig executive made it to the set, and he basically admitted, he's like, yeah, you're a Conan, because it was, you know. And that's that. I want to see the context of that part of the documentary, because I think that's very exciting. And I give the utmost respect to Arnold. I know people don't like him. I actually think he should run for president. I shopped at it. I thought I did, but you'll have to watch the video. Across the Spider-Verse has been added to Netflix recently. That's a reason to re-get it. Well, I actually have a digital copy that I was gifted from a friend. So, yes, but that is a good reason. But I want to know about the Sly documentary too. Stallone documentary, Sly, the iconic star's former mortal enemy turned BFF, Arnold Schwarzenegger, has given the film a hearty endorsement on his Instagram. It was natural for Sly to feel like, I want to get into comedies. Get these ads off here. I am so proud of you, my friend. Official Sly Stallone. Everyone, watch Sly on Netflix. That's great. I love them supporting each other. I wish the Expendable movies were better. I don't think they're horrible, but I wish when they collaborated on the Expendables, it would have been, they could have done something. I really wish Stallone and Arnold would really think about a really cool project for them to work together with a higher quality and to get them working together, but while they're still in these movies. Because yes, they still, for their age, they're still very physically fit, way better than I am. But I would like to see them, well, they're kind of in their little bit of a resurgence, to work together on a quality project instead of Expendables. Thank you so much, big man. That means a great deal coming from a great friend. And I think they actually really did have beef back in the day. In the clip that Schwarzenegger features on Instagram, Arnie remembers passing on the script for Stop or My Mom Will Shoot at the time. Schwarzenegger was riding high off the success of two comedies, Twins and Kindergarten Cop. I think they're fun to remember in retrospect, but I don't really enjoy those movies that much. He and Schwarzenegger were in a bitter rivalry then, so Arnold, knowing the script stank, I've heard this. I've heard this is how much they, shade they threw at each other back in the day. Let a rumor get out that he was planning on starring in the guaranteed flop, hoping Sly would sign on to the film and embarrass himself. He did, and the movie was a disaster, which we dived into an episode of Stallone Revisited that's embedded below. I don't think Stop or My Mom Will Shoot is horrible, though. It's kind of interesting. They invested in Planet Hollywood together. So that's where they became friends. I forgot that. Planet Hollywood's not that good. It's not. I'm surprised. Is it still around? Is it still around? Everybody loves Arnold. Tango and Cash was a fun film. I have to watch that again. I haven't I haven't seen that in a long time. That would be a great VHS tape, Strange. It really would. Should I start getting ready for bed? Maybe it's been enough time that I could take some pills again. And then I can record my cassette tape onto MP3 as well. I should finish in an hour. Any other topics that you could throw in there? I need a drink. Take care of your teeth, everyone. I got this ugly mug. Not me. I have a beautiful mug. This ugly mug at Goodwill for like $0.25. I was at a certain Goodwill where they charge you by the pound. And I found MacGyver, the complete series minus a disc or two for season 7 from my dad. And this, and it was like $5 for everything. Booze cures tooth pain. Anthony says, I saw Ronin with Robert De Niro the other day for the first time. Great movie. That's one I want to revisit. I want to revisit Ronin because I remember it was good. Great car chase scene. Sorry for my squeaky chair as well. It's an old chair. And I'm sitting in it. That's also not helping the squeaky. But other than this little bit of clutter, Zeno, doesn't my setup look decent? Tell me also, is the sound good, too loud or too hot or too low? How's the camera? Does it look good when I look directly in it, or does it look weird? I don't know. I would like to have a multi-camera experience, but I don't know why my new monitor camera is not working. I got to get slow motion cameras like John Campia, you know? I hope everyone's having a good weekend out there. Getting that extra hour sleep. You should, after you've checked out this amazing live stream with 10 viewers. We've had 10 viewers tonight. Make sure to get a good night's rest and sleep in late. Sound is fine. Lighting is fuzzy. It's 1080p. I don't know. I do need to get more lights, but I don't have the money to get lights right now. Does that help or make it worse? That's washed out now. I have a ring light. I have a ring light there. Let me see. John Campia has some really bad takes lately. I've missed them. Oh, boy. We started also watching. My one cousin did not see my older one did not see Guardians of the Galaxy ever. He missed all of Guardians of the Galaxy. He likes the MCU, but he did not see it. I'm like, you have to watch the first one. He was enjoying it. He's not a Chris Pratt fan, though. So I think we're going to end it. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm just working on the house. Going to get cleaned up again. Get some good rest. Hopefully, I'll, play Astro Smash. I definitely want to play Astro Smash tomorrow. Thank you, Zeno. I really appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to it. I am really actually looking forward to it. So I'll probably do a live video on it. And make sure I'll probably post a mailbag tomorrow. Make sure to get your topics and questions in, because the mailbag really helps me out, especially talking for this long, I am starting to slur my words, and it's I need to give it a rest. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this quick live stream. I actually thought that someone might pop in, but people are busy tonight, you know. So see you tomorrow.